Well, people, we have three fights on the main card before we get to the last big two. Right, so let's take a look at those. We start off with the lightweights. We have Quillan Salkilld against Jamie Mullarkey. Oh, this should be right. This should be a fun clash. So, Jamie Mullarkey, he is 31, 6 foot, 74-inch reach. He's got an overall pro record of 18-8, coming off a win in his last outing, right? He's the home fighter, right? Fighting out of, well, actually, they're both home fighters, so I think so. Or is Scotland New Zealand? Anyway, Mullarkey's from Australia. He is 6-6 in the UFC. Right, so yeah, as I said, last time he's coming off a win. He beat Rolando Bedaya in September 2025. Right, that went to a unanimous decision. Before that, he had lost to Nazarat Hatparas, first round knockout in December 2023, and then in May 2024, first round knockout by Maurício Ruffy. Mullarkey had made his UFC debut all the way back in October 2019. Right, he fought Brad Riddell, lost the decision. Then he lost to Farazim in October 2020. But came back with a first round stoppage over Karma Worthy in March 2021. And in October 2021, he had a second round knockout of Devontae Smith. Right, lost to Jalen Turner. Then he beat Michael Johnson, split decision, July 2022. Beat Francisco Prada, February 2023, but then he came up against Mohamed Naimaev in June 2023. Got stopped in the second. He beat John Medeski, and then it was the Hatparas and Ruffy fights. Is fighting Quillan Salkilld, who's 26, 6 foot, 75-inch reach. Yes, I was correct. He is from Australia as well. So they're both, yeah, it's a clash of the hometown boys, as it were. So yeah, Scarlett, he came via the Contender Series, and he's 3-0 in the UFC. Right? So he got that contract in September 2024. He got a unanimous decision over Gage Young. Made his debut February 2025. Right? Won a performance of the night after a first round stoppage of Anshul Jubilee. He then got a decision, unanimous decision, in June over Yanal Ashmoz. And I think everyone knows, right? In October, he stopped Nazarat Hatparas with a devastating head kick. Got performance of the night for that one. So yeah, he's been on a tear. Interestingly enough, right? I mean, well, we mentioned it earlier, right? He's beaten Dom Farfan a couple of times, who is on the early prelims, right? Trying to get a UFC contract. So yeah, he's won regional titles. That was for Eternal MMA, right? Won that and defended it a couple of times, so look, we know how good friggin' Salkilld is. So yeah, I'm taking Quillan Salkilld for the victory. So we then jump to the heavyweight, right? We have got Tuivasa against Tallison Teixeira. Now, last time we saw Tallison Axio Teixeira, he had been caught with a flying knee by Derek friggin' Lewis. But this is a very talented individual. He's 26, 6'7", 83-inch reach. Jeez. He's 8-1 overall, as I say, coming off that loss, right? So, yeah, he's 1-1 in the UFC. Came via the Contender Series. He was 2-0 in LFA as well. The Derek Lewis fight was July last year. Now, he made his debut. Well, he got that contract in September 2024. Stopped Arthur Lopes in the first round. Right? Made his debut February last year. First round stoppage over Justin Taffer. You know, beat up on Junior's younger brother. Yeah, no, Justin is the younger one, isn't he? Yeah. Right, so yeah, before that in the LFA, 2 first-round stoppages, right? I mean, he was just knocking everyone out, right? That's why it was like, woo, so interesting seeing him come into the UFC, right? But yeah, he got caught, but can he bounce back? That's the question. Now he's going up against Tuivasa, 32, 6'2", 75-inch reach. So, yeah, I think he has got a 8-inch reach deficit. Tuivasa in this one. Bam Bam could be in trouble, right? He's 14-8 overall. He's on a streak. So Ty's the home fighter, right? Teixeira's fighting out of Brazil, obviously. The name, you know what I mean? In the UFC, Ty is 8-8, right? Now, this all started. It's funny, his last win was against Derek Lewis, right? Beat the Black Beast in February 2022. Caught him with an elbow in the second round. He then lost to Cyril Gunn. And I think he stunned Gunn, but then Gunn came back and just, yeah, put an end to him in the third, right? It was fight of the night back in September 2023. He then got stopped in the first round by Sergey Pavlovich. That was December 2022. In September 2023, he got caught with a Ezekiel choke by Alexander Volkov in the second. Marcin Tabora caught him with a rear naked in the first. Then he lost a split decision to Jairzinho Rosenstruck in August 2024. Right, Ty has had some big, some big knockouts, right? Knocked out Greg Hardy, Augusto Saki, right? Derek Lewis, Harry Hunsucker, right? Stefan Struve, the Stefan Struve one, jeez, right? He's done that. Beat Andre Orlovsky, Cyril Asker, right? Rashad Coulter, who he made his debut against back in November 2017. Flying knee knockout, right? That's what happened. And before that, he beat James McSweeney, former UFC fighter. So Ty's had some good wins, right? Big wins, big knockouts, right? He's fought some tough people. He fought Junior Dos Santos, right? Blogar Inoviv, Sergei Spivak, lost to him, but he's fought a high caliber of opposition. He really has. But the problem is that 5-fight losing streak, right? I mean, what we've seen in these recent fights is, I don't know, man. It feels like the fire's gone. Right? It feels like he joked about being overweight coming into this fight, this training camp. And I don't think that is what a hungry fighter is doing. Right? A hungry fighter who wants to bounce back. I think if you're looking to bounce back, if you're like, fuck, I need to break this streak, you're not going overweight. You're training constantly. You're being like, how can I improve? How can I get better? I think, you know, Ty, look, he's making good money. Everyone loves him, right? All the fans want to do shoeies with him. Oy, so disgusting, right? So he's all right, right? I think he's probably, he's not the highest earner in the UFC, but I imagine he's made enough money to be okay. And I think, as I say, the fire's gone. I'm not sure Ty knows how to win anymore. Now, don't get me wrong. It's not to say that he can't win. It's not to say that he's a chump, he's a coward, any of that silliness. But I think there is something, right? There's a desire in you when you fight. That you don't want to be humiliated. You do not want to lose. And I think Ty, he's comfortable picking up that good money, right? Losing, but still being able to party with fans and other people. I think that's Ty right now. So yeah, I'm taking Tallison Teixeira for the win. And our featured fight on the main card, it's the lightweights, right? It's Rafael against Maurício Ruffy. So, Maurício de Lima Santos, right? Otherwise known as Maurício Ruffy, one shot. He's 29, 5'11", 75-inch reach. He is 12-2 overall, coming off a loss. He's a fighting nerd. You know what I mean? And in the UFC, he is 3-1. Came via the Contender Series. Right? He picked up that contract in October 2023. Third round ground and pound over Ramon Magdamediliev. Right? Then he made his debut May 2024. Got performance of the night with a first round stoppage over Jamie Mullarkey. He then got a decision over James Lumptop, November 24. And in March 2025, performance of the night with that insane heel kick stoppage over King Green. Right, it was just vicious. Now, in September last year, that was the fight against Benoit Saint Denis. And yeah, it's just, he was kind of hesitant in that fight, right? And Denis took him down. And we just didn't see the intensity from him, right? So back from that defeat, right? He's going up against Atman, Rafael Fiziev. He's 32, 5'8", 71.5-inch reach. Right, overall record of 13-4. Coming off a win in his last fight. Right, in the UFC, 7-4. So last time out, he beat Ignacio Bahamondes, which was definitely a surprise. I'd pick Bahamondes for the win, right? But Fiziev got it. I was like, yo, that was June last year, right? Now, before that, he had lost 3. He was coming off of a 3-fight losing streak, right? Justin Gaethje, March 2023, fight of the night. That was in England. He then lost to Mateusz Gamrot in September 2023. Then, last minute replacement against Gaethje, right? Another fight of the night. This one I felt was more convincing with Gaethje for the win. But Fiziev did still put up a good effort. So in that first one, Fiziev won that first round. Was looking good in the second until Gaethje turned it on. All right? Now, Fiziev, you know, he's fought a ton of great fighters. Rafael dos Santos, Brad Riddell, King Green, Renato Moicano, Mark Ducasse, right? Fought so many good fighters. Like, he's won a lot of those fights, right? Won a lot of those fights. He is very good, faster than you would imagine. But what's going to happen? This is such an intriguing fight, right? Ruffy was looking unstoppable until Saint Denis, right? The nerds were looking unstoppable, but then, boom, they all lost. So what's going to happen? Well, with people like that, right? They study tape, they're meticulous, they train sensibly, they train hard. Right? So I don't think you're keeping this camp down. And I think Ruffy, he's so dynamic. So dynamic. And I said it last time out, right? I believe this year we're going to see a changing of the guards. We've already seen, you know, a lot of that start happening. And I think Ruffy will come with the victory. I mean, he's getting back on track. And I think we could see something special out of Ruffy in this fight. I think whatever happens, this is going to be electrifying. So I cannot wait. And what a featured fight to lead us into that co-main event.